Yeah, it was live action. It was lively out there. I was really pleased with the practice today. You know, we kind of had a standard practice early, a lot of individual, a lot of drill work, and then we finished up with some scrimmages, and I was real pleased with the way the kids competed. We had to pull them off each other a little bit there at the end, which was a good thing. So I love the competition, and really enjoying coaching this bunch. They're getting bigger, they're getting stronger every day, you know, with regards to playing the game the way it's meant to be played. Hard-nosed, physical football game, and I was real pleased with today's practice.
With this being the last week before the spring game, what kinds of things are you hoping to improve upon, or what do you want to use this last week for?
Yeah, well, we want to just keep continuing forward. You know, we have, we've probably put, only about half the offense in and half the defense in that we'll want to utilize next year. So we've really been focusing in on the fundamentals of playing the game well. Blocking techniques. Shedding tackle, or shedding and getting off to the tackle. All the fundamentals are the things that we really wanted to preach. Along with that, playing with great effort and enthusiasm, and felt like the last two practices were really good. So, I want to just keep on ramping it up and try to finish on a high note, but real pleased with the kids.
Do you have any idea what kind of a format we can expect for Saturday?
We're working on that. We have to see where our injuries are and everything, and it's going to be some sort of a game. I know the kids want that too. We'll probably match it up so the ones get to run some reps together, and the kids that are fighting to get into one group are getting some reps. We'll probably have a handful of kids wearing blue jerseys the first half and then white jerseys the second half, like most people. But we'll try to format it as best we can as a game. Just got to kind of see where we are injury-wise. But we're, knock on wood, doing a pretty good job that way, too.
Shafer, do you see a flag or two after the play's over here that's still kind of finding out the boundary, but continuing that idea of competition?
Yeah, that's right. The kids, a lot of heated battles out there. Kids trying to beat each other out, and you want to be right on the brink right there. You want to be a hard, physical team, plays between the whistles or through the echo of the whistles. And today we played through the echo of the whistles, maybe a little bit more than we'd like come fall. But I like the fact that we have to pull them off each other as opposed to push them. So just went through the locker room, and the kids were very lively and feeling good about things. And as long as we can play as hard as we can with discipline and within the boundaries, I'll be real pleased. And that's kind of what I saw out there today.
Coach, you talk about Josh Kirkland a little bit. Looked like he made a lot of plays out there.
Yeah, he does. Josh is doing a good job. He makes a lot of plays. Sometimes he makes plays where he's not supposed to be. But again, he plays fast and hard. Sometimes, he'll step the wrong way and still go make a play. He's one of those kids that when he was in Butler Junior College, we had a list of kids to look at, and his name was kind of at the bottom of the list. I went out there and was watching the videotape, and I kept asking, who's this kid that just made that play? Who's this kid? And they said, that's the Kirkland kid. And I really got fired up about the kid because he plays the game with unbelievable emotions. He loves to play football. Now we just got to get him coached up, teach him how to play the game within the framework of the defense, and I think we'll have a good linebacker.
Coach, can you talk about Ashton Broyles' plan for this year?
Yeah, Ashton, we want to use him in a lot of different situations. He's got great ability. He was starting off during the spring, really doing a good job, and it was just too bad he's got that little ankle sprain. We're being smart with him, making sure he's good and healthy, which he's feeling good. He wants to take the boot off right now, but we're going to keep him in it for a little while. But we're going to use him all over the place. And, obviously he was a quarterback in high school. We're going to play him at the running back, at the slot receiver, at the X, at the Z. We even had some plays where he is lined up at the quarterback position. So we want to utilize his talents and give him as much as we can and find ways to create mismatches with Ashton.
We saw some special teams out there today. Is that going to progress?
Yeah, what we're doing with the special teams is we're focusing in on the fundamentals of each team. The one team that we have gotten a lot of reps with would be the punt team as well as the field goal block team. And I thought Keon had a nice block off the edge today. We kicked a few through pretty good. The punt protection's something that we've been working on the last few days, so it was good to get it on videotape so we can really grade it here today. But really the punt and the kicking game, PAT field goal block, Now, we've been doing a lot of fundamental drills for the other ones too, but we're not going to structure those teams together with any sort of format until we get to August.
I know you said you can't talk about Drew, but I'm curious, what are you looking for out of the quarterbacks that you have here right now?
I think really out of all positions, we're looking for great competition and understanding that we're going to use every day we can before we have to set a depth chart. And you know, we're always trying to create competition by continuing to recruit kids that we think can push the guys in front of them. And there's nothing better than competition to improve a football team quickly.
Coach, can you talk about how Charlie and Terrell have been coming along?
It's been a pretty good battle, you know. I think at this point, Terrell has just under 40% of the throws, and then Charlie's somewhere in the low 30s, and then John somewhere same around 30 something, I think it was. So we've had pretty good repetitions with all three of those kids. I think Terrell and Charlie have kind of been battling the last few days and doing some good things. So it's good to see that the competition's kind of on the rise, but we have a lot of time, and I've been pleased with all three of the kids. All three of the kids have improved; they really have, and it's good to see the live game and see some things. I saw both guys make some plays out there. Jerome had a nice run right down the middle as well. A couple wideouts making plays. Darrell had a nice interception down there in the red zone after a big play. So. Great competition back and forth today.
Do you have a time frame for the return of Ron Thompson by any chance?
Yeah, Ron's on track. He's doing well. He actually caught some balls today, so he's out there running around. We won't pat him up this spring, but he's doing good. He tells me he's ready to go, so we just got to make sure he's in shape before we go out there and put the pads on him. But it was good to see him out there catching passes and running some routes today. We had a routes versus air, and he was out there catching them, and it was real good to see him running around. Got it. Everybody good?
Scott, I know you've got a first string tight end, and then behind him you've got kind of some inexperienced guys. What have they shown you so far, the younger guys, and are any of them kind of game ready yet?
Oh, I don't know if anyone's game ready. You know, Beckett's done some good things, as you're referring to him as the returner. But Josh Paris has made some plays. Made a nice catch today in the one scrimmage period. But really, all the kids are working hard. You know, we got a couple more coming in too, a couple freshmen that I think are talented, and then when you put Ron Thompson back in the mix, you know, I think we'll have a good group. We're a little thin right now and a little young right now, but there's some kids that can play.
How much is Thompson able to do? Because I know everyone was really impressed with him.
Everything but contact right now. He's running and ran routes today, so he's getting close.
Is that enough to get him mentally ready for next year?
Well, you know, we'll see. It takes time. He's going to need some reps.
It looked like Terrell was the first one out there for a lot of the drills.
Yeah, today he was, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more just about the strides he's made?
Done a good job. Yeah, I mean, really, like I said before, they've all done a good job. No one's really stole the job from anyone else, but I've been pleased with Terrell's improvement. But, you know, as soon as he has a good day, Charlie comes back and, you know, closes ground back on him. But, you know, really between the two of them, I think we have a good competition going on, and John made some good plays both Friday and today. Made some nice throws in the Skelly period too. So, you know, right now just trying to put as many reps as we can on tape, and then take a good look at where we are after these next 3 days.
You obviously can't be with them throughout the summer until preseason camp, but are you going to map out expectations for the two of them?
Well, they do. You know, our kids have done a good job. They take the summer seriously with Coach Hicks, and they do a lot of conditioning. And they're allowed to run 7-on-7 out there and play catch and run routes on air and all that stuff. And I think Ryan Nassif did such a great job with that the last couple summers. That the kids have a good kind of path to follow in Ryan's footsteps as far as taking charge of summer work, actually work together. And those kids are anxious, I know, to do that. So we'll see. We're not allowed to work with them until we get them back. So if they do, they get a lot of good work on their own.